What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If y'all are new here, I'm Thomas Mosley of That H2, and in today's video we're going to be starting a new build on the channel. It is my girlfriend's new 2019 Toyota 4Runner, and y'all know we're doing a little series on the interior of my truck, redoing all of that. Well, I figured why not make the 4Runner and her build a series on the channel. You know, she wants to work on it, she wants to learn how to do some stuff. I'm more than willing to help, and I love this type of work, and why not go ahead and make a little YouTube series out of it. So today we're going to be starting on some like little upgrades, my first couple of must-do mods with any new truck or SUV or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to just transform this thing just little by little. First thing that we're going to be doing, and she's already over here working on this, is getting rid of the mud flaps and the running boards. So the mud flaps are a couple of 10mm bolts, a couple of push pins, and they come right off. I don't know about the running boards yet. I'm going to crawl under the truck here in just a second and figure out the easiest way to get those off. My other must-do upgrade is window tint, but luckily this thing came with some, it looks like 15, possibly 5. But, I mean, it's plenty dark for me. It's plenty dark for her. Perfect. And the last thing in today's video is going to be it's either a 2 or a 3-inch leveling kit that I had actually bought her for her birthday. So she's already getting a good start on this, already getting it torn apart. So I'm just going to show y'all the before and after, not bore y'all with tearing it apart, and then we'll dive deep into the leveling kit. So after a whole 10 minutes, everything's already tore apart and off the 4Runner. So the mud flaps were 3 or 4 10mm screws, a couple of push pins, and the running boards were 6 bolts, 13mm, just 2 bolts per bracket. Those honestly came off faster than the mud flaps did. The only thing with her 4Runner is, for some reason, there are no fender liners in the rear. So the entire rear bumper is open and exposed. So what I'm going to do is, she's bringing it to me right now, is take a Dremel and just cut this line. Because this did actually sit flush with the paint. So we're just going to cut off the mud flap part and put the piece that just kind of fills that hole back in. So y'all can comment down below. This is your after, and this is your before.
It makes such a huge difference.
It really does. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I love it.
So tint, look, just over here, 2 mods, but 1 came on it, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Actually, really 3 came on it. All the emblems have been blacked out, which is kind of sweet. So tint, black emblems, and no running boards or mud flaps. And it has steer wheels on it.
Yeah.
And this is an SR5. So just that is already looking a lot better. So we're going to jump to the other side and then jump into the leveling kit. So before the leveling kit, she wanted to go ahead and put these little fillers on for the bumper gap. So this is the before, and this is after a Dremel and a little bit of sanding can do. The edge ain't perfect, but you're not going to see it. It's just on there to fill that gap in the bumper. That way there's no mud and crap going up in there. Let's see my last videos. The range is always here. You know, it's just, we can't escape it at this point. So we went ahead, moved the 4Runner into the garage. We got this side all knocked out, went pretty quick. The Dremel made easy work of the rear mud flap, which, as you can tell, is like, it's hardly even noticeable that's in there right now.
Well,
where are you going?
it's not in there.
Oh, you haven't put that one in there? Well, that's embarrassing. The other side looks good, though. Here, I'll just show y'all real quick. Is that one really not in there? It is dark back here. You can't even see it, though. I cut it on the line of the fender. Pretty straightforward. So we're going to go ahead, get this thing jacked up. I'm going to go ahead and probably knock out this one side, figure it out, show her kind of what we're doing. And then on this side, I'll film, do a little walkthrough, and have her do a lot of the work. So let's get to it. So we went ahead and got the passenger side knocked out. Y'all can probably see it leaning just a little bit. It went pretty smoothly. All the nuts and bolts came off pretty easily. No rust, no fighting. All of the ball joints and tie rods and everything, the fork tools came in handy. They came apart real smoothly. And the best part, which is very surprising to me, is we didn't even have to use the spring compressors to get the strut back in here. So it was literally just a couple of nuts and bolts, take it apart, throw the little puck in there, throw it back together. We fought it a little bit like anything else on the vehicle, but it went very smoothly, and I'm very, very pleased with the process. You can see the little silver up in there is all it is. This kit did come with a rear I guess it's a coil spacer. It looks like it's probably an inch. But to be honest with you, with doing the 2-inch, it is sitting very level and maybe even a slight bit of rake still. So I think we're just gonna leave that rear out for now. Do this front and see how she likes it. And the tire's still straight up and down. I'm not adjusting the tie rod, so the toe should be the same. Upper control arms will drop a little bit, so the camber may be a hair off. But I don't think it's gonna be too bad. But let's jump into this side and I'll give you the little walkthrough. All right, so it is 5:27 on the dot. I'm gonna see how quickly we can get this side knocked out while recording it and doing a little walkthrough. The only thing with lifting this truck up is you don't have much room between the jack wheel and the tire of the car. But we're gonna do this like crap. We're gonna do it NASCAR style real quick. You ready? You ready? Let's see how fast this goes. Oh crap. That little piece is broken. It won't stay in the drill. That wasn't half bad if you're asking me. All right, let's get to work. Look at the flake in the paint though. Okay. That looks pretty tight on camera. After you get the truck jacked up, I go ahead and throw a jack stand under it, get the weight on the jack stand, but keep the jack underneath just for safety. But after all of that, you're ready to go. You pull the cotter pins out of your tie rod and your upper ball joint. You go ahead and break these two loose. You go ahead and pop your sway bar link out. And then what's left is just your strut, which is 3 bolts on the top, 1 bolt on the bottom. And it's pretty straightforward. After that, you pull the strut out, you put the little puck on there, and you put it back together opposite way. So I'll give you all some updates and film as we're going through, but let's get this knocked out. So I decided to go ahead and resort to my bigger pickle fork. It's a little bit wider. I can twist it a little bit more and get a better angle on it. You just want to make sure your 2 teeth are grabbing the knuckle or whatever you're using for leverage. Get that screw centered and just slowly start cranking on it. And just like that, it pops off pretty easy. That's why you leave your nut on there. If you completely pull that nut off, the entire knuckle and assembly will fully fall. But now I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the tie rod down here. All right, skip ahead like 20 years later. I got a socket that's too big, but it won't round off. I was also in forwards, not reverse. Back it up, Terry. She's over here laughing at me saying it wasn't in reverse. Come on now. Wow, that's a danger zone. Where's the freaking impact?
Right by you.
Where's the piece I need? There's the impact. Where's the piece that looks like this but is slightly bigger? Pull it. We're gonna resource to the Ugga Duggas.
What?
I don't recommend that.
Why did you not bring your
Bring my what?
phone?
My phone's dead.
No, your recorder thing. I got you for.
Cause I forgot it.
Oh.
Put it in reverse. That's forwards again. Watch. 3, 2, 1. Firing zone. Where'd that nut go? Crap. I just heard it. It's still rolling. I don't see it. You see it?
Yeah.
All right, do me a favor. Get it for me. All right, now we're gonna take these 3 bolts off. Take the bottom bolts out. Drop the strut. So to get this strut out without using too much force or pulling too much stuff apart, the easiest thing to do we learned is just kind of push the lower control arm up and down, and it kind of wiggles it out and pull on it the way you want it to go as well. And it'll end up catching a groove and just falling out by itself. But for the lift kit, you got this little puck right here, which is pretty self-explanatory. Take the puck, you got your 3 holes on the bottom, line it up with your 3 holes on the strut tower. Take a little bit of anti-seize, and I'm putting this on all the bolts, just so nothing seizes up or rust. doesn't need too much, you will be fighting anti-seize for a week. If you start getting too much on you, it goes everywhere. It spreads quick like the coronavirus and like STDs. Too much, I'm sorry. But these are locking nuts. I'm struggling to find the right socket. Not anymore, there we go. Although my impact is dead, I don't know if I got enough juice in it to run it down. Go ahead and just put a hand on them. That impact honestly gets them tight enough where I can't get these more by hand. So that's all it takes. And then going back in, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but you kind of want to get up underneath the sway bar between the frame, and you kind of want to work your way up. Takes a little bit of jiggling as well. Then at this point, you just kind of play around with it. All right, guys, so after I got that strut put back in, it was kind of opposite of what I had showed y'all to put it back together. You just put the tie rod in, then go ahead and do your sway bar link. Go ahead and do your upper control arm. Don't know why the light just turned off, but it is nighttime. We're about to go take it for a quick test drive, but we will reveal it during the daytime and when it's not pouring down rain, but y'all can get a good look at it right here, how level it's in. But I'll see y'all for the reveal. We had a little clunking noise going on the passenger side of the 4Runner, and we were just like, what could that be? Finally crawled underneath. After a quick look, the sway bar link on this side is blown. We went ahead and got both sway bar links, so we're doing the sway bar links, and me being me, don't know how I managed to do this. I lost the key to the lug nuts, so now I am currently trying to swap out sway bar links without taking the wheel and tire off. On my truck, it's not a problem because the tire sticks so far out, the truck's so high up, it's easy to access. But now I'm currently under here trying to fight these real quick. We got the new ones. I think they're in the back seat. I don't know where she put them at this point, to be real with you. No idea where they are. Here we go. New front sway bar links. Shouldn't be too difficult, but I know they're going to be tight in there, especially under load. So we'll see how this goes. I'll update y'all here in a little bit. No lie, it has been maybe 5 minutes since I set the camera down. New sway bar link is in. Somehow managed to get on my back and swap out a sway bar link in 5 minutes. Under load.
The tire off.
Well, I mean, that's not very impressive, but the fact that it's on its own weight and it's under load and there's nothing I can do about how it's sitting right now besides putting a jack under it. Yeah. That makes life nice. Still have one more side to do. That was 100% the issue. There's like milky grease coming out of the sway bar link. Technically, we don't have to do the other side.
But I mean, if that side's going bad.
This one is shot. Why not go ahead and do the other? Yeah. It doesn't hurt. And
we have it, so.
we went ahead and bought both of them, like I showed y'all. So let me clean up real quick, move everything around. We'll turn the tire the other way, knock it out real quick. They have one more little mod. Not really a mod. It wasn't like something we wanted to do. You absolutely hate it, but it's almost like a little life hack that we're gonna throw in the video for y'all. Only if y'all have to, or you happen to buy a vehicle and you have to deal with this. I actually saw it on TikTok. That's how I learned about it. But let's get this other side knocked out, and then I'll show y'all what it is. So I really don't know what is up with my luck tonight. But I don't know if y'all can really see in here or not. But that went right on in. And guess what? I gotta get it to bend just a little bit. That went right on in. Like, what are the chances of me having absolutely no problems?
Not normal.
Putting these on tonight. It is not normal.
Something's gotta go wrong.
Well, nothing is going wrong, so please don't jinx us. But look, just like that, I just need to tighten them down, and they're in. So we'll do that, then I'll show you the little life hack. So for the little life hack, her vehicle, and she asked me about this. She was like, why are there 2 holes in my bumper? And I said, because somebody, or the dealership or whoever, had a front tag on here, and they had like the big black box for a tag. And I guess the previous owner took off the box and just left the holes. Well, a little trick you can do is you take a drill and a drill bit, and you take just a typical kind of Christmas tree push pin with a flat face, and it's black, so it's not going to stand out too bad. But you take your drill, and you don't want to go too big. You just want it enough to clean it up. Luckily, it's plastic, so it goes pretty easy. Take your push pin. Hopefully that drill bit was the right size. May need to go up just a hair. Let me wallow it out just a little bit. Push those edges in. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Take your push pin, you push it in there, get it nice and flat, and you can see you just have a little push pin. That's your before, unfinished, just nasty looking hole. That's your after, a nice flat push pin.
Looks a lot better.
Looks way cleaner. It looks like, kind of like an OEM,
Yeah.
whatever. Plus,
It looks like just something else.
it's just a little life hack. If y'all haven't done this before, or haven't seen it before, just decided to throw it in the video because we are just doing stuff to the truck, and this is one of those things. And having to do the sway bar links at 10 o'clock at night because it was blown is just one of those other things. I could have just left this all out, acted like we never dealt with it, acted like this was never a thing, but
It is.
why not show y'all the real side of it and what we're doing? So I'm gonna do this side, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.
You feel something. Yeah, you want it a million and you show it. What you want, is it really that important? You've been on my mind and I really can't ignore it. Little baby, you a 10. When I'm in it, I got you going, oh. I can't even help it. I don't think I want to know that I've been on you.
Alright, so y'all can probably tell we're in Florida now. Just wanted to throw a couple clips together for the reveal of this. I know it's windy. I know the audio is probably terrible. But look, it turned out I've been filming 2 videos of this. Did you just cover up the camera?
No.
Oh, okay. We've been filming 2 videos of this, and I know the first one, this one has like the leveling kit, the step board, and the mud flap delete. The next video, y'all have already seen a couple of things in this clip. I'm not going to say what it is, but we'll be in that next video as well. But comment down below what y'all think. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to enjoy the next few days at the beach. I'll see y'all soon.